Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we have been working a bit on our economy, but honestly more on our research than anything else. And that's going reasonably well. We have finished up over here. Our missions are actually nearly complete at this point. So do we want to save up for planting the sacred Mara Bodhi? The tooltip doesn't actually tell us what this does. It would be good to know, but we don't know that. I'm thinking we probably should save up for that. It's only 200. So at this point, we have like half of it. Sounds good. We're going to have the conversions done for this mission done very shortly, gaining 4% integrated culture happiness. So that looks very good. And then after that, we're going to look to take over Cholan and Charan territory, right? So that pretty much means attacking Chola. Now, our ally up here is truced with Chola until 1 April 495. So it's at least that long before we attack Chola. Martial advances just advanced, and that gives us an invention here. What do we want to go for? Do we want to work on more martial advances, or do we want to continue to work our way down this way? Well, I do think that this is the way to go. So maritime patrols would give us population happiness. I feel like population happiness isn't that big of an issue right now. It's a bit of an issue, but not a huge one. So realistically, we could take like this. Enact law cost is not necessarily that big of a deal. It would mostly be grabbed to go down to liturgies, right? 10% national tax is kind of a big deal. So let's make our way down that way. Cool. And we're going to be hitting Civic Tech 5 soon. Soon-ish. Oratories will be done a lot sooner. This is June of this year. And actually, it just hit right now. A little bit early. So that's great. That means that we can grab this immediately and grab that 10% national tax. Now, we don't have our Omen of Economy down, so we'll go ahead and call that. Fantastic. And that's looking good. I want to check in. Okay. Dravidia up to 25. Up to 35 would be our Legion strength. So we could definitely think about increasing our Legion strength. I don't want light infantry in here. Disband them immediately. So this guy is now disloyal, right? And because of that, he's not drilling, which means that we can turn down our army maintenance here. Actually, we're not paying for that army right now. I guess he's paying for it personally. We do need a new civic researcher, and we don't have any scorned families currently. So this guy would be the most qualified for the job. Sounds good. We've got 186 gold right now. I think that we do go for this, which we can do right now. Beautiful. Our monks tell of a valuable relic that they brought with them from the north. A twig of the sacred tree of the three Mahabodhi in Urabilva. Wow, I'm really, really bad at these words. I apologize. They say that Buddha sat under this very tree when he was struck with enlightenment. Having obtained such a priceless relic of Buddhism, we could use it to plant our very own Mahabodhi here in Lanka. Doing so would surely enhance our standing within the Buddhistic world, and if we're lucky, may even lead us to enlightenment ourselves. So we could do this in our capital, and that does seem like the most logical place to put it. So we'll go ahead and do that. We're now making 15.79. I like it. And eventually we want to expand this military, right? And we want to eventually... Well, this guy's 70. He's going to die soon. So I think that we're not too concerned about that. But I do want to expand this military, for sure. That is definitely a thing that I want to do. So we can expand this up to 35. Which is kind of huge. So what kind of combat widths are we seeing right now? Base terrain combat width is 30. Out over here anyway. What is it in like forests? 18? And what is our actual combat width? Can we see what our combat width is here? I mean, we could figure it out. Our combat width would be... what, 6? It's not great. I'm pretty sure about that. We would up our flank size eventually. to like 5 cohorts. But for now, I think 2 is okay. And we would need to bump up our heavy cavalry to 4. That would be step 1 here. Our researcher died, and that was our martial researcher. So let's go ahead and go for this guy as the most qualified. There is a scorned family currently. Okay. This guy just died of overwork. So we do need to put in this guy to deal with that scorned family. Sure. That's okay. So uniting Lanka, we're at 192 out of 207. That's definitely making progress. We're continuing to convert here. Our Tribune just died. Okay. We don't appear to need to replace them. Sure. I do want to expand our military. So step 1, bringing us up to our full flank range. Done. Step 2, increasing our combat width and potentially increasing our engineer count. Let me see if I can remember what our target our target number would be for that. So there's these fortresses here. We just lost another researcher here. That was our religious researcher. This guy's the most qualified, so there we go. Okay, so if we're looking at the fort here. Sure, on with the celebrations or gain 10 gold. We'll gain 10 gold. We also just lost another person here. No scorned families right now, so we'll put in the most qualified. Okay, so there's all of that done. I want to look at the tactical view here. Fort level is +1. And yeah, there's these engineers here. They're bad at fighting. I'm aware of that. I'm trying to remember what number of siege engineers we need. Is it 1 per fort level? I have definitely forgotten. I'll have to try to figure that out. For the time being, we're not too concerned about increasing our engineers. Our supply train probably should be increased up to a certain point. And what is that point? So the primary thing that supply trains give, of course, is that they increase your food storage, right? So that's good. But it has diminishing returns. Honestly, I feel like just 1 supply train is probably about the right amount, at least for this moment. If we feel like we need to add more, we can. So we've gotten up to our flank range. I do want to increase our number of archers and heavy infantry. So we could like double them. That seems doable. And we've still got a decent amount of room here. So we've got, what, 13 that we can put in. So we could add, hypothetically, we don't have the cash for this, but we could add 5 and 5, and then even 3 units of cohorts. Or 3 cohorts of engineers, rather. And these would be specifically for sieging. So it would be something along the lines of this. That would cost 236. We don't have to do this all at once, right? So we can back off on this and take this back to like another +4/+4 and come back to that in a bit. Is this guy loyal to us right now? No, he is not. We could try to make friends with him. He's gonna die soon though. Who's currently the governor of Karnataka? Okay, fair enough. Gain some tyranny. I think I'm okay with that. We can bribe this guy. Consider that done. So he's no longer disloyal. No problem there. And our legion is definitely becoming a lot scarier. There's no doubt about that. Replacing this guy would be important. Our ruler would give this guy personal wealth. I'm okay with that. So we'll see if we can make friends with him. Publicly praise him and his deeds. Fantastic. We're going to continue to add in archers here. There we go. So that's 13 cohorts of archers, and we became friends. Is he loyal? No. No, he is not. He's just going to go chill up over here. It should be okay for now. Not going to take attrition, so I guess it's okay. And of course, we're going to need to add in... Okay, our pretender to become the ruler just died. That's completely okay. No scorned families. We will put this guy in as the most qualified. Cool. So we're going to continue to expand our military for the time being. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm just keeping an eye on this maintenance differential here. Okay. Oh, this guy's back to being loyal. Make your way back over here, then. Cool. So we're going to take this up to here. Is this number current or maximum maintenance cost? I'm not sure, but we're going to add in these guys now. So that puts us at 32 out of 35. So now we want to add in the additional 3 cohorts of engineers. That's going to be pretty... And that's not shocking. So we're going to chill these guys here, and we're going to return them to drilling. Yes, we're going to be spending a lot of our money on this, but we're going to be attacking Chola soon. So this is going to be important. Getting the experience on this up is going to be very useful. Hey, civic advances. Cool. So we could go for, say, build road cost reduction. We do have access to building roads, don't we? Indeed we do. It's definitely going to be expensive. How many units do we need to build the road? Can we split off units here? Let's see, that's split in half. So I would want to, like, split off our existing engineers and a few archers. So something kind of like this, where these guys, okay, they need 10 subunits. Noted. So we would then need to not really split in half. I would want to split off our engineers and basically all archers. Not all of the archers, but like this. So this would be the minimum unit that we would need to be able to build the road. So then that would build a road up over to here. Do it. Get going. Now, these are not like Roman military roads, right? And I'm pretty sure we can't build Roman military roads. Let's make our way up over here and double check that as soon as we've made it. Okay, so there's a road there. Yeah, we need to have Roman roads for that. That's not going to be a thing. So we're going to head up over this direction. These guys are going to resume their drilling. And the question is, just how much is this going to cost us? Are we going to be able to afford to do this for too long? Well, we do need to get these roads built. Moving around is very slow, and it would be very handy to be less slow. So we'll get these roads built, and we'll see what this cost is. 2.64. Yeah, we're going to run out eventually. Okay. Ooh, gold. We take the gold. So that gold is going to allow us to continue to build these roads, right? And from here, we're going to build out to Madurai. And then in Madurai, we're going to head down this direction, down over to the coast here, and then we're going to build all the way up this way, like that. I also wouldn't mind building a connection up into Madurai, like so, and even like this. It's a little bit awkward. Yeah, let's just take it over to Madurai for now, and then build it around this direction and connect it here instead. And then we come back, bring it around to here. Oh, nope, I hate that. Okay. We're just going to queue up like that for now. Okay, that'll do. So we're building these roads. We're eventually going to want to go to war with Chola. We're going to need to work on fabricating a claim on them. But I want to get these roads built first. Perhaps we should split this unit in half and have these guys start building a road out over this way. And these guys can come down to here and start building a road along this coast. That's probably going to be quite expensive, but it will get the roads built quicker, right? So that should be good. And once we have these roads built, this is a one-time expenditure. So that shouldn't be too... Once we arrive here, we will begin constructing our roads. And we're going to just build along this coast for the time being. Once we arrive here, we're probably going to want to come up over this direction. And I would like to get a road built like that. Okay, so we'll get that going, and then out over here, we definitely want to connect into our capital. And then we probably want to just connect, like, down here, over to here, up over this direction, and then back into our capital. We don't need anything too extensive out over this way. So that'll do for the time being. We are actually making gold. I was expecting to be negative gold here, but we're going to run out quickly, right? This is going to cost us 10 gold. Okay, we are negative. This is going to cost us 10 gold per province. So we're going to run out of gold eventually here. We'll see if we get any events that give us gold. That's a negative. Are these guys going to stop their construction, or are we going to go into debt? It looks like they just go off of build road. Okay, so just go ahead and chill, and we will issue movement orders again. We'll need to get some gold. No shockers here. So we can get a military tradition, and we could go for 4 innovations. That's really very good. So we'll go for the 4 innovations there, and that allows us to grab use of state land to boost up our taxes. Capital import routes isn't the biggest of deals, but national commerce income and export value are very, very good. So we can actually make our way down this way. We could grab embracing philosophy right now. We're going to want to do mandated record keeping for sure. We got a school of philosophy. Cool. So that will be a big boon for us. Financially, we're going to need a lot more. I think for the moment, we can turn down our army maintenance. Can we build this with our army maintenance low? It actually looks like we can, remarkably. So why don't you come out and build over here? We're making 10.29 monthly now. Okay. 8 monthly. Noted. Pirates plundered our territory. That's very rude. Let's go ahead and come on down over this direction. And we're going to need to build a triangle structure here, really. There we go. And then something kind of like this, awkwardly enough. But then these guys would come up like so. We are only building the 1 road right now. Realistically, these guys can probably make their way back up and stack back together. So that'll be fine. We have some road constructed here. I definitely want to construct more, but for the time being, we can't afford to do multiple road constructions simultaneously, so we're definitely going to group these guys together. I do want to check in here and see... Fancy. We can engorge, I guess. I was going to go with enlarge, but engorge is the word that came out. We can engorge our legion by quite a lot more. The question is, do we have the finances to pull that off? And the answer is largely no. But the question also becomes, do we have the finances to not pull that off? To a certain degree, the answer to that is also no. And I do want to have that connection done as well. Okay. So we are working our way through here. These roads are getting constructed. Excellent. We're going to run out of cash eventually as we build these roads. We are ahead of the curve, it would appear, on road construction. Is anybody building roads? Like, is Rome building roads? Yeah, Rome is building a couple roads, but we're ahead of the curve on this. That's a good sign. That is a very good sign. So our constructions here will continue. I'm hoping that we have enough gold to get all of this done. It's going to be close. It's definitely going to be close. But we can certainly continue to expand our military here. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Chola has some awkward strength issues. I think that's very clear. We'll keep an eye on this. We may need to end up fighting these guys as well. That's not the end of the world. We'll see what they end up doing. Okay, so this all finished up. So we're going to immediately head down over this direction. And just head over like this. That's the next road route. Cool. We've got a little bit of gold to make this happen. I keep hoping that we have an event. So far, it hasn't happened. We probably should invest a little bit harder in our economy, but for the moment, I want to check in on these advancements, because we're going to grab mandated record keeping pretty soon. Like, that's the next thing that we take, almost certainly. 503. Okay, we did just lose our oratory researcher, and no Scorn family, so this guy, as the most qualified, goes in. Beautiful. So this appears to be constructing at a rate that is reasonably sustainable. I'm going to queue all of this up for the moment. So that would mean all of our areas out here are done, and we'll need to definitely build a road over here. So once we're done with that, we should make our way back over this way. Okay, our ruler has gout, which isn't necessarily great. But once we're done with here, we're just going to link up our main regions. So this fort, this capital, this port, this fort, this port, and this settlement into our capital like that. And that's the idea. I think we're making enough gold to make this singular construction be sustainable. So with that done, well, it's not done, but we're going to let that continue to build. And this road should serve us very, very well in the future. We'll be able to get around much more quickly. That'll be great. Cool. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Discipline? Sure, this guy's going to die. He's going to die. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be 60 gold in total. We're at 37 right now. Yeah, I think this will do. It'll take us a little bit to walk up over here. That'll buy some time. And then this road over here is going to be relatively minimal. Cool. We definitely call down the Paragon of Economy. No doubt about that. So keeping an eye on this war status here. It looks like Chola is starting to strike back a little bit. How's that war actually going? Chola is losing. We'll keep an eye on that. We're definitely not going to declare on them before we finished this road, right? But this road won't take all that much longer. It really, really won't. Our gold does appear to be positive right now. I love it. A big part of that is because we are on minimum army maintenance right now. That's definitely a big part of it. Sure. I don't care about this. Cool. So we're going to head on down over. And this is definitely going to allow us to move around much, much faster. We should probably have a connection here. So I'm going to split this unit in half. And we're going to take half of them over here. Let's see here. This is roaded here. This is unroaded. So let's go ahead and 3750. Every road costs 50. Oh, it's because of the lack of engineer, isn't it? Pretty sure. Okay, so I'm going to move these guys back up over here. Oh, seriously? Theft? Oh, it was personal. Okay, not from the National Archives. Good. Okay, so we're going to bring these guys back around over here, with their mission being to come this direction. There we go. And then they're going to come out here and connect all of these locations like so. Cool. There we go. So they are going to build a couple of extra tiles of road here just to make this a little easier to navigate. Beautiful. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to finish up the Great Road and probably consider going to war against Chola. I don't know if we want to coattail this. We'll see. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadowwolf, and Lohan80, Kintogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Rogue Corvid, Anna the Elephant, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.